Hello, and welcome back. In this lesson, we will take a look at the common interview question: what are your biggest weaknesses? Some tips to keep in mind while answering this question are: tip number 1, choose a weakness that will not prevent you from succeeding in the role. Your weakness should not be a personality trait. It should be a weakness that can be fixed or corrected. Tip number 2, be honest and choose a real weakness. Think about your previous jobs and make a list of the strengths and weaknesses you possessed at that job. Tip number 3, provide an example of how you've worked to improve your area of weakness, or learned a new skill to deal with this issue. When an interviewer asks, "What is your greatest weakness?" they want to find out whether you have a healthy level of self-awareness, whether you can be open and honest, particularly about shortcomings, and whether you pursue self-improvement and growth opportunities to combat these issues, as opposed to letting these weaknesses hold you back. How to figure out your weaknesses. Step 1. Brainstorm and make a list of your past and current concerns that you have about yourself. Step 2. Highlight the weaknesses that tend to occur only in a certain context or situation. It's not something that happens all the time. Step 3. Pick one current and one past weakness and develop individual stories for each of them. Let's ask Sarah this interview question and see how she responds. Hey Sarah, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
What would you consider to be your biggest weaknesses?
One weakness of mine is that I can sometimes be impatient. While working as the marketing coordinator for a startup, there were situations where deadlines needed to be met, and I always wanted things to be done as quickly and as efficiently as possible. I would always end up completing my task before the deadline and would consistently ask my coworkers about their progress. I noticed quickly that this put too much pressure on my coworkers, which impacted the quality of their work. Rather than continuously asking them about their progress, I decided to take a different approach by implementing weekly progress meetings. This led to a better work environment and greater efficiency for everyone involved. Further, since I work well independently, I sometimes have difficulty relying on others. To counter this, I have enrolled in team building workshops. While I typically enjoy working independently, I understand that it is very important to learn how to trust my coworkers and work as a team.
This answer works because the weakness itself, the inability to be patient when working with a team, doesn't hinder your ability to perform well in the role, which doesn't rely on teamwork to succeed. Additionally, you display an eagerness to develop strategies to combat your weakness, which is a critical skill in the workplace.
One of my main weaknesses has been that I have struggled with being open and honest in giving feedback to my coworkers. When providing constructive feedback to coworkers, I worry that I will hurt their feelings or my feedback will be taken the wrong way. In my last role, however, my coworker asked me to edit some of his pieces and provide feedback for areas of improvement. Through my experience with him, I realized feedback can be both helpful and kind when delivered the right way. Since then, I've become better at offering feedback, and I've realized that my empathy can be used to my advantage to provide thoughtful, productive feedback.
This answer works because you've explained how you were able to turn a weakness into a strength through real-world experience. Usually, being timid can be seen as a flaw in the workplace, particularly if a role requires someone to provide feedback to others. In this case, you're able to demonstrate how being timid can be used as a strength through thoughtful reflection and practice. Hope this was helpful. See you next time.